You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial is out of order. They're out of order. What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to the relaunch, episode 21 of Team Spotlight. That's right, the series has returned with a different graphic by AJ Designs, and the theme for this one is Justice is Blind. Shout out to Agent Snorri and the Knights of the Round Table. Now, the baseline reason behind this name is because we're using a team of lawyers. And by the way, the intro is a nod to Al Pacino in a movie called And Justice for All. But anyways, just to clarify for those who aren't familiar with the series, Team Spotlight is where we take a themed team, not necessarily an overpowered one, or one that's going to work together extremely well. Instead, we just focus on a theme and see how it goes. So for episode 21, we're using Matt Murdock and Jennifer Walters, aka Daredevil and She-Hulk. So of course, like I said, they are both lawyers, but also we do have a few more nods to the team name. Alright, so the enemy agent's going to start it out, and their team has Magneto and X-23. So that's an interesting combination. Okay, and there you see an objection from She-Hulk, and that's one of the awesome things about using her with her objecting EISO. She's going to yell out objection from time to time throughout the battles, and this also prevents enemy attacks. I of course love it even more because of the theme. Now I'm also using the blaster power armor on my agent, and that's because it has reflexive flash. It causes blinded and migraine to attackers when attacked. So yes, the only reason I'm using it is because it causes blinded. You can't say I don't try to stick to the theme. Well, in this case it's more in line with the team name, but there really aren't any lawyer weapons out there. Though I do suppose I could have used the third law nullifier. Still, we do have the perfect weapon for this team, Blind Justice. This causes blinded, and it has one for all and all for one. Basically, allies have a chance to join in on single target attacks, and allies have a chance to retaliate when another one is hit by a single target attack. So this is a pretty great weapon, and you can farm it in Season 2, Chapter 7, Mission 2. Next, the enemy Master of Magnetism fortunately misses She-Hulk, and Daredevil retaliates. I guess you could say these lawyers really do stick together. At this point, after using bursts of speed, you're going to see that even regular costume She-Hulk is absolutely insane. Since X-23's up next, we start with the regular punch, and then it's time for our level 6 stomp. This completely knocks her out of the fight. And so then, with Daredevil, we're going to start with this quick action level 2, and now just check out all these buffs. I mean, Daredevil is really committed to the theme. First of all, he has blind sight, all attacks gain true strike, and he's immune to blind effects. Because of radar sense, all his attacks are stealthy, he increases accuracy and evasion, all of his attacks gain Paragon Exploiter, and by the way, because of the manifesting AISO, he also gains Epiphany, so his next attack is a guaranteed critical hit. Right now we're going to go with the Billy Club to help set up the enemy agent. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it will help out for later. Next up, the enemy agent's going to use the Signpost. Normally that's a quick action, but he is exhausted, so that's the end of his turn. So now with my agent, we once again need to exhaust both of those tacticians, and then after that we can either use the Blind Justice or the Cube. We're going to go ahead and use the Blind Justice on Magneto. I was really hoping to finish him off before he got to use his magnetic field, but we came up just short. So that means we're going to have to do enough damage to break the shield and knock him out before he gets another turn. I assumed that Stomp would do it, but we end up missing the attack. So with Daredevil, we're going to use his level 9. This also came up short, but we ended up getting a 1 for all proc, so She-Hulk finished him off. Well, admittedly that was a close one, but now with my agent I'm going to use a Warm Zephyr, and then the Blackest Void on the enemy agent. The reason I'm using this is to remove his magnetic field, and then She-Hulk should be able to finish him off with a Stomp. That is of course because she'll once again have her level 9 off of cooldown, so she's going to get 2 actions in a row. Oh, and something I wanted to show earlier as far as the theme, she has both cross-examination and rebuttal. You just can't get any more perfect. Certainly not for our team and our theme. But say goodnight to the bad guy, Agent Hill's going down. First we'll set him up with a punch, and then we'll knock him down with a stomp. So now jumping into our second match with the Justice is Blind team. In this one we're going to be facing Null and Gamora. Gamora is up first for their team and I don't think I can knock her out in one round, but that's not going to stop me from trying. Well, actually I should say one turn because I don't think that's going to be a problem for the full round. Sadly, She-Hulk's not going to be able to do it, so she's going to attack our agent and get a second turn. That's just what I was worried about. Oh, wait a minute, She-Hulk does come through because she objects to Gamora's second attack. Alright, well that worked out so I can't complain. Then after Null uses You're Not Worthy, he knocks out our agent. So, this is not looking good. And he's going to keep taking turns, great. She-Hulk keeps getting hold at procs, but I don't know if we can even win this one at this point. Especially not with this barrage from Luke Cage. Daredevil finally gets a turn, and with that we're going to use Radar Sense, and then use our level 9 to knock out Gamora. As you can see, it does almost 14k, so it is a pretty great move. Now at this particular juncture we do have 2-on-2, but I would hardly say this is an even matchup. I mean, come on, we have the lawyers left, and you know they're willing to do anything to win. In fact, She-Hulk's objecting up a storm. Still, I am definitely worried about Null. Well, that definitely makes me less worried, so with Daredevil we'll go ahead and take out their agent. Another very solid hit from the move that I can't pronounce. So now with She-Hulk we'll start by using her level 9, then her punch, and now it's time for a soul obliterating stomp. I would say a 20k stomp is a solid hit. Now did you think that we were going to lose that match? I hope not. But now for the finale we're facing a Beast and a Gamora team. Typically this can be one of the most difficult teams to face on defense, but hopefully we can take down Beast before he gets his first turn. She-Hulk keeps objecting but they are overruled, and that Warm Zephyr isn't going to help us out as far as taking down Beast. Okay, and the enemy agent apparently loaded up on quick actions, but that was an odd end for his turn. Still, next up, my agent's going to start by using a Fire Tornado, which is desperately needed against a triple tactician team. Then it's time to hit them with the trusty Neuro Purge, which I mainly have for off balance. Well, that and pressure points because that does help out Daredevil. Finally, we're going to use the Blind Justice, and that does take Pestilence Beast low enough to die from dots. That is a huge relief for our team, so now we're basically playing with house money, and the only question is, what should we do with old Matt Murdock? You know what, I noticed we haven't used Snap Kick yet, and we have that Reckless AISO on it, which actually gives Reckless Rage to an enemy. This actually is a debuff that causes the enemy to perform a follow-up attack when attacking, but greatly reduces the chance to hit on the follow-up attack. By the way, the Guardians with Gamora have guaranteed hit, so for whatever reason we give this to Gamora. I guess because why not? I mean, I'm sure there's applications where Reckless Rage will help, mainly with bleeding and with Heroic Age Iron Fist, but it's a pretty terrible AISO. But now I suppose you can't say I didn't use Snap Kick, and after She-Hulk takes out the enemy agent with a stomp, I'm going to use Warm Zephyr to heal our team even though it will trigger Doom, and then I'm going to unleash the Blind Justice on Gamora. This should get her well within the range of Daredevil's level 9, and that's most likely going to be the end of this battle. So there you have it, Team Justice is Blind. I really hope you enjoyed the return of Team Spotlight, as I do have more episodes planned for the future. I'm also going to begin a hybrid mini-series very soon as my hybrid is now level 14. So stay tuned for that as well as Spec Ops 24 coverage as soon as it begins. Lastly, I want to thank you all for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck and take care.